So I didn't see a movie this week, and you guys saw movies that I don't know the names of.
It's like you never prepare for your own show.
Hey, it's your show too. Well, just tell the listeners what did you see, Steve?
I saw Krull.
And Charlie?
I saw Legend.
Let's see which one I decide is better.
Let's see which one you pretend is better.
Are you ready for Movie Versus? Welcome to Movie Versus, the podcast where we pin two terrible movies in an all-out battle for the best of the worst. Here are your hosts, Tyler Lamb, Charlie Pixley, and Steve Janik. All on Movie Versus!
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Tyler Lamb. This is Movie Versus, the podcast in defense of bad movies. And I am here with my co-host, Steve Janik. Steve, how's it going?
It is going pretty well.
Yeah?
Pretty well so far this
Yeah,
week.
that's good. And then my dabbing co-host, who just dabbed a little bit ago.
Yeah, you can't see that because this is only audio, but Charlie is
Sorry,
dabbing
it's a
up.
reflex.
No, you can.
Charlie is dabbing up a storm over there.
I'm pretty sure you could hear that dab through the airwaves. Charlie Pixley.
That's because any music around them, the beat just or the bass just dropped.
What's up, Chuck?
Oh, no, I don't know. Good to be back.
Yeah, you were just on the Three Wise Media. Three Wise. Is it still Three Wise Guys
Sure.
podcast? You were on the
Yes.
Three Wise podcast.
I think it's just just the three Ys now.
our sexy cousin podcast.
Yeah.
You were on.
Oh, yeah.
And so everybody go check
And
that out.
Charlie was over there, which means there's a lot of confusion at this podcast this week.
Yeah, it was really awkward. Thanksgiving's gonna be real weird. But you, what were they talking about on that episode? It was Doctor Strange and
movie like presidents and
movie.
stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Which
false presidencies.
My argument for David Palmer completely fell apart. I was like, he's the best, and I was like, wait, no, there's like a horrible thing that happens every single year.
Yeah,
that he's
there should have
president.
been
a terrible thing.
It was all
24.
It was all fictional presidencies.
Yeah.
Like any fictional president of anything, not just president of the U.S.
Oh.
There should have been more Bill Pullman.
Exclusively Bill
And
Pullman.
there should have been more. There was a lot of Bill Pullman. He was brought up, but there should have been more president of the Navy.
Well, I had forgotten, yeah. And I told Tyler I watched
I thought you
that
were gonna
episode
say-
that morning, and I still forgot about him.
Played by Rob Riggle. Yeah, that's right.
I thought you were gonna say who was it? Kevin Kline from Dave.
What? Nope.
What is Dave?
Yeah.
Dave is the movie where the president has a heart attack and they find a guy that looks exactly like him to take over the presidency while he's.
Oh man, I'm sure some hijinks ensued.
Yeah, because like
Tia and Tamara Mowry movie like that.
because like everybody loves him, and that's
Just like Raymond.
yeah. Like everybody, like they think he's like super endearing, and like he's spending all this time, and the first lady is Sigourney
Boots on
Weaver.
the ground. That's a fucking terrible Ray Romano impression.
I'm laughing at how shitty that Ray Romano impersonation was.
I was just letting it go. Usually when you guys are that far off track.
Steve was trying his best to not make sure that people were focusing
No.
on how terrible
No,
Ray Romano.
yeah, it was for the people.
People will be listening and be like, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say stick to the Owen Wilson impersonation.
It's the only impression Joey's got.
That Ray Romano impersonation was terrible.
Yes, that one was terrible.
Anyway, this podcast is supposed to be about bad movies going up against one another.
Yeah, instead of just bad impersonations going up against each other.
So let's just start off. I did not see a movie, but Steve and Charlie saw movies. It was a fan recommended sci-fi edition.
What was the fan again?
It's Kyle. Is it serious? I'll field that one because I know him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes the whole thing.
Thanks, Kyle.
We actually don't have fans. We just have friends who listen to the
Well,
show.
did he get the money?
I'm pretty sure it went through. Yeah. So
I hope he takes traveler's checks. Chick-fil-A coupons.
no, I keep all of those Chick-fil-A coupons for myself. But anyway, again, I'm saying, so I don't know like anything about either of these movies. I don't even remember the names of them, and we just said them. One of them's Legend. That's real easy to remember.
Mine is Krull.
Oh, okay, like Nick Krull. Got it.
It's never Nick Krull.
Oh, well then shit.
Because
Steve loses.
Because it's Nick
Yes.
Krull.
Oh, wait. What?
Because it's Nick Krull, not Nick Krull.
Oh, Krull. Okay.
K-R-U-L-L.
Okay. Well, then I'm the shit lord. Okay, so
Yeah, you always have been.
Steve, just tell me what the fuck this movie's about. It's called Krull. For those first tuning in,
Wow.
That's why Steve loves this movie.
That was a great one, Charlie.
for those first tuning into this podcast, first of all,
Welcome.
yeah, good job. You've hung in there for a while now. This podcast is where two people see equally bad movies, and they try to convince the third person.
Well, at least now they're equally bad.
get-
Now that we've
I'm gonna get my
revamped.
grandparents to listen to this one.
They will definitely get that Linkin Park reference.
Well, now they will. Shit.
You need to get your grandparents to listen to the Mickey Rooney one, so they can be disappointed in you for
For
us,
sullying that man's
for-
man's good name.
for bashing an American treasure.
I'd say he's more like a single doubloon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like he's more of a national treasure than an American treasure.
Single doubloon. Yeah, we two of us watch bad movies. We try to convince the other one that our movies are better. So I'm the one who is being convinced. Steve, it's, again, Sci-Fi Edition. Steve saw Krull, and Steve, what the fuck is this movie about? What? No, give me just not what is it about. Just give me a quick synopsis. Tell me what happens. What?
Okay, so it's basically a mystical land, some sort of fantasy land, and at some point, a flying tower. It's basically like a fortress, a spaceship fortress, lands on this planet, and they start taking over. And so these two people marry their children together to unify to attack the alien invaders. And the whole movie is about finding the fortress, and the invaders kidnap the woman at the beginning, and so the main character is going to save her and drive the people out of his land.
How many towers are there?
I don't know where this joke is going.
Honestly, I just imagine
Two towers?
I just imagine an airfield and then just like a reverse situation.
But an airfield, like dudes with the little glow
No.
sticks clearing out a tower to go take
No.
off.
No, that doesn't. It's
No, I meant an airfield full of planes and a tower coming.
and there's guys in like the signal plane.
Okay.
But
A real
but it's
reverse situation.
it's like a spaceship fortress.
Revenge, dude. Just best served cold.
I don't know where you guys are going with this.
We already went.
Okay. But it's just a big flying fortress that lands,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then
Does it have
every day
wings?
it moves around. No, it's
See,
kind of
if
like
you
a
would've
it's kind of
said
like a
fortress instead of tower.
I know. I meant
wouldn't
to say fortress. That was
Sure.
my mistake.
Because I was thinking something like the
Sure, sheeple.
a Tower of Pisa just floating around with little wings on it. Maybe I'm just the one with the stupid imagination. Okay, so Steve, that's what your movie is about, a floating tower.
Fortress, a floating fortress, the Black Fortress.
Wow, okay,
dude.
jeez. Anyway, well, I'll change the subject real quick after that one. Charlie,
That's what that's called. Screw you guys.
Charlie, what happen? What? Give me the same little quick.
Okay,
little...
mine's definitely a fantasy movie with the traditional elements. Like it's got elves, goblins,
Tom
demons. Tom Cruise. He plays
All the classic mythics.
He plays immortal. And it's as far as the setting, imagine it's pretty much like Hyrule, just in a live action version.
Okay. So then why have everybody been clamoring for a Zelda movie?
I mean, one of the IMDb trivia said that this that The Legend of Zelda took inspiration from this movie.
Really?
And it came out the year before that came out. And a lot of the costumes and stuff, like the main lady does kind of look like Zelda, and Tom Cruise kind of has that Link little like green
tunic.
Yeah, whatever.
Huh.
This is just only getting worse for me.
Oh no, that's just not merit for them. That's
But the only thing
that's
that's
really
weird,
interesting.
They
this
said
movie,
that was
like,
on the IMDb trivias, but it only came out a year beforehand, and I don't really know how long games took to make back then. Because granted, they were way more primitive, but also they hadn't been making them for a long
less,
time. So
And, and also, it probably took like 8 years just to compose that score on 8-bit audio.
Yeah, so it could have been something where it just influenced like some of the character designs
and stuff. Yeah,
or the
I'm
like,
sure that's what it was.
whatever skins they put on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was because that makes more sense because it makes more sense for them to plan out everything, get all code written for the most part, and then
I'm sure it didn't
and then
reflect
seeing
the gameplay.
yeah, and then seeing that movie and be like, oh, we should make the designs like this. This is how yeah. Okay. Anyway,
there is a club scene where Tom Cruise plays the ocarina.
and then he puts on a various amount of masks to complete the other band members.
And he's just got a wand that he's
Majora's dad. So there's Tim Curry plays that devil that you saw in the trailer with the huge horns on his head.
Oh shit! Wait, really?
Yes. So I have some funny trivia about that for later.
Okay, yeah, save it for later. Save it.
So he's like the demon of darkness, and he wants to put the whole world in darkness. And light is his enemy, and the only way that he can get darkness to take over is by killing every single unicorn on the planet. He has to kill them and cut their horns off. So
and turn them into horses.
And so the princess,
fucking
dirty horses.
There's a princess who's supposed to take over the whole kingdom, and she's trying to defeat this guy, and the other people just don't care, like the king and everything like that. They're like, don't worry about it, it's no big deal. And Tom Cruise is this little like
Sorry. I just
literally.
like
yeah, I was about to say
the loss of unicorns is the global warming of this land.
Tom Cruise is this little actor who plays a little mortal in the movie, and they team up to try and stop him. And
who plays Navi?
there is a little gold fairy who turns into a gold ball and flies around and stuff.
God,
I'm serious.
Holy shit,
I know, dude. It's like kind of like Julia Roberts and Hook, that style. Like she's full size sometimes, but then goes around whatever. So, wow, it really is. They took a lot of the stuff from this movie.
So
the
they
princess,
defeat Ganon.
That's almost like what the Tim Curry character is. So the princess gets kidnapped, and he's trying to like brainwash her into joining him, and then all these good dwarves help Tom Cruise go and defeat him and get everything restored. I mean, I can go into more detail over time.
Oh yeah, it's that's fine. Steve, can you tell me what this tower looked like, please?
It kind of looked like basically just like a mountain, because it comes in and it kind of
is it floating on clouds?
No.
How is it flying?
It just kind of it has like rocket engines on the bottom.
Oh shit!
I told you they're like aliens.
Oh, okay.
What are the beams constructed of?
Light.
Steel.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of like a beam of light. No, never mind.
Wow. No, but it's an alien ship that just like flies around conquering planets.
Okay.
And they come to conquer this
Galactus
planet
type ship.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it just kind of lands and sets up shop, and then just proceeds to screw everything up. And then but every day it like basically appears at another place to keep people from attacking it.
Okay. All right.
And it opens up with a shot as it's like approaching
Oh
the
shit!
planet.
It opens up with a shot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, but it's like one of those. I can't remember exactly which Star Wars it is. I want to say Empire. No, it's not Empire. It's got to be A New Hope, where the Imperial ship is just flying like from the side into the shot.
It's like almost every single Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Just sometimes it has rebels.
No,
it's-
Empire, they're on Hoth.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Empire there on Hoth and A New Hope. It's the rebel. It's Princess
I believe
Leia's
it's a
ship.
Carillion
Class
ship
with
or something like
with
that.
the Star Destroyer chasing it.
Yeah.
Shooting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like that, but without the ship it's chasing. It's just like the shot of the ship, like basically oppressing the shot, like as it just gets big. Like you're like, oh man, there's still more of that coming.
and then it ends with a thing that says "We break for nobody" or whatever on the back of the.
No, because it wasn't Spaceballs.
So, is there an opening crawl then? Like, do you have?
No, there was no opening crawl.
Okay. Do you have an opening crawl, Charlie?
It said there was one, but there wasn't.
I had a voice.
Wait, what do you
I had
mean
a voice.
IMDb said it's like classic opening crawl in this movie, but there was none on mine.
Okay. Well, my real question at first was going to be, how much Scientology is in this movie?
It depends.
Because-
I'm not extremely well versed in
Because
it. but I
Battlefield
think-
Earth is like an
yes.
L. Ron Hubbard book, and it stars John Travolta.
with dreadlocks. Nothing can go wrong.
And it's smaller than his normal size head.
Yeah, and like high heels, like platform shoes, and it's not Saturday Night Fever.
Well, okay,
It's
this
always
is what I'll
Saturday
say. I'm not well versed enough to say if any of this stuff is from Scientology, but it all very well could be. I know enough to say that it could be.
It's either all from Scientology or all from The Legend of Zelda.
Was Tom Cruise a Scientologist at that time? Has he been a Scientologist like his entire like?
Shit, I don't know.
Because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how
That's a
long it's
question
been
for
around.
Xenu.
Yeah.
I don't.
Only Xenu knows.
His soul has been since it was impregnated in that volcano.
And the crystals came out. Yeah, exactly.
No, all this. You guys have really cleared this
That
up for me.
space Boeing 737.
All right.
Yeah, we need to move on before.
Yeah,
It's
Steve.
funny because it's real.
Steve. Give me a little bit more details about your movie. What? So they're trying to get onto the tower, correct?
The fortress.
The
We're trying to get
fortress.
into the fortress to save the. Well, she's the queen now.
The queen is kidnapped, and they're trying to save her.
Yes, while also driving out the invaders from their land.
Okay. Is the entire movie on the... How much of the movie is on the fortress?
Probably about the last half hour of this 2-hour film.
Oh, okay.
So like the last quarter.
All right, do we get a scene where it's them fighting their way up to the top of the fortress?
Oh, most definitely, because right before that they have to find out
the
where.
raid is a ripoff of this. dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they have to use some magical means to find out where the fortress
Magical,
is.
yeah, magical what? Memes?
Means.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they originally go to the Emerald Seer so that he can tell them where the fortress will be, but he gets murdered by basically a changeling, and someone takes over for him and tries to kill the king Colwyn. And
What?
so that
Wait, the king of the alien race or the
no
Okay.
king of the north.
What was his name though?
Colwyn, like Colwyn, something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So they go to a seer, and he can't see where the tower is by normal means, so they have to go to the Emerald Sanctum.
Normal means being with his eyes.
no, he's blind, but like he can't.
Oh, the
He's a
irony.
seer.
The leader
Irony.
damn it, Sean. the leader of the aliens is called the Beast, and he has like tons of powers.
How many backs does he have?
Just the one.
Oh, okay.
Just regular one back beast. But the seer can't see him because the beast's power prevents him from looking into it, so they have to go to the Emerald Sanctum to see it. But on the way there, the Beast deploys a changeling to kill the seer and replace him to try and kill Colwyn.
So he wouldn't be able to see. I've never seen power like this before.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then after that, they have to go to the Widow of the Web to have her tell them where the fortress will be. And once they find that out, then they find out where it is, and it's very far away. So they have to track down the what are they called? The fire mares.
Okay.
That's
potential to be cool.
They're horses that fly, and they just ride on them into like the fortress, and then they hit the fortress and just assault it. And they're killing the aliens, which are called Slayers. So they're just killing Slayers.
Ready blood.
Yeah. Except in these Slayers, when you kill them, they like turn into weird. They're not like actually
rock gods.
They're not actually cockroaches, but they turn into like these creepy cockroach bugs, and they like scurry away.
They turn into them when you kill them?
Yeah, like they're like suits of armor, but when you kill them, like this weird cockroach demon looking thing like scurries off out of like the helmet area. It's terrifying.
Okay. Jeez, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. So Charlie. So you said that they got to. Ganon has taken over the world.
Well, its actual name is Darkness, so it was kind of hard to watch without Darkness.
and he's trying to control.
Does he believe in a thing called love?
He's trying.
No.
Just listen to the rhythm of his heart, and you'll be able to tell.
Okay.
And he's trying to control the Triforce, and so.
Kinda, I guess.
When Link does Link have a final showdown with Ganon?
Where those creepy things go and they jump on your back if you get too close to them?
I was thinking, does he have two forms? Is it like a boss battle?
It is definitely like a boss battle. He doesn't have two forms because he's pretty much in what I would assume would
His
be anybody's final form for sure.
Because he looks like the devil from that
Went down to
Tenacious
Georgia?
D.
No.
He does. It almost looks identical.
Except with like significantly larger horns.
People are stealing
like
shit
Dave
from this
Grohl.
movie left and right. Dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's why I was surprised when you said it was Tim Curry. I thought it was Dave Grohl.
It is a
reprising
boss
his-
battle. Like he gets so many arrows shot into him from this other little.
We gotta find his
Honeybuckle.
weakness.
Honeybuckle is the name of this.
Honeybuckle?
Honeybuckle is the name
Oh,
of this
boy.
one little kid.
Negative
This
point.
one little like this little. What do you mean, dude? We'll just wait till you hear what the character is. It's a 10-year-old boy who's 3/4 naked the entire time with elephant ears.
Wow.
That helps him. He shoots some arrows
Does
into
it?
him. Well, if you're Mickey Rooney, yeah.
So this is definitely an endorsement of Scientology.
So Tom Cruise has to swing down and fight him. They have like a sword fight, and he picks up a shield, all this stuff going, magical
classic.
powers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? How much like a video game is your movie?
There actually is it's essentially a
There's a
two-part.
scene that's all in just
Yeah,
just
8-bit.
8-bit.
Yeah. No, halfway through his final fight, it says
Visionary.
like press A to no.
Player one.
No, it is a boss battle. He at the very beginning of the movie he has to go and find a glaive, which is a special weapon, which is kind of like a shuriken. It's kind of like a 5
So
armed
he was-
boomerang that has knives coming out of the end.
But he was he studying
I
the
don't
blade?
I don't fucking know what
No.
a glaive is.
Oh, glaive.
Glaive.
I used to blade, and I was like, so he was studying the blade. Well, you
No,
guys-
I would
So-
hope Steve wouldn't have to describe what a blade is. Blade. It's like
It's like
an
it's like a movie starring Wesley
It's
Snipes.
like it's like a real shallow inclined plane.
So
It's like
so
mo-
he uses the glaive and to basically kill the first form of the beast. But okay, so earlier in the movie when
Oh wait, hold on. Beast? Is this like the
no, it's not. Just we're not going down that road. It has nothing to do with Beauty and the Beast. It has nothing to do with X-Men.
I was gonna say Beast Wars.
Damn it! I didn't cover all my bases.
Yeah, you didn't even cover the best one.
exactly the only base that was open?
So he has the glaive at the beginning, but also when they're getting married, they have this wedding ceremony where he has this torch. And he's like, I give this fire to the water, and the only person that can return fire to me is my wife. And he like puts the torch out in the water, And she's like, I freely give fire to my husband, but she like reaches into the water and just pulls fire back out in her hand. And I was like, what?
When you said that, I was just imagining her lighting him on fire. And I give fire to my husband.
Yeah, but she just like reaches into the water and pulls the fire back out in her bare hand.
How much CGI is it, and how terrible is it?
It actually isn't that bad.
No, okay.
I freely give fire to my husband. Husband, yo dick tiny and you suck it.
But so when he finally fights the beast, he like kills, like he hits it with the glaive and it gets lodged in it and he loses the glaive. But when they're fighting again, she's like, no, he can't. Like the girl's like, he can't. It's us that he can't beat. It's not you that he can't beat. It's us. And she like apparently still has the fire. She just like whips it back out, gives it to him, and he just flamethrowers this motherfucker down.
Oh shit. Steve.
It's like that scene at the end of Arachnophobia where he's just like lighting everything on fire.
That's a good one. When you said that,
I got
scene,
a Criterion Collection version of that movie.
the first, whenever somebody mentions arachnophobia, I just picture.
I keep thinking eight-legged freaks. My bad.
I think of John Goodman just touching the web of the giant spider, like, well, they should come, boom, boom, and then
comes down and murders him.
And like he's not concerned about how gigantic that web is. And he's like, well, I'll get him, it's okay. And then he's like, oh shit, this spider's huge.
That movie,
that's John Goodman saying that.
This was before. This is actually, he's not that big in this movie.
Yeah,
surprisingly so.
I mean, that movie was like what, 80 something, like early 80s,
something like
it's
that.
like two and a half Mickey Rooneys.
An age?
No, in size.
Oh, okay.
Well, to be fair, he is like 6'4" or something. Like the guy is.
Yeah, I know.
It's a big
what I'm
guy.
saying.
I saw a picture. We're from St. Louis, and Ted Drew's is and so is John Goodman.
Yes.
And Ted Drew's is an ice cream frozen custard place here that's pretty popular. And there was a picture of John Goodman was in St. Louis kind of recently, and he took a picture with, Ted Drew's and John Goodman is like bending over like
to make sure he's in the shot
a significant amount to make sure he's at least kind of at head level with this guy. Yeah, no,
I will take this time to say that recently John Goodman has like lost a ton of weight. He's looking great nowadays.
Yeah, he's a pretty top-notch character actor. 10 Cloverfield Lane, take that.
I've heard that's amazing, and I really want to see it.
I was going to say Flintstones.
And I mean, I assume that's
King
how people.
Ralph.
I'm assuming that people discovered John Goodman via Flintstones.
No, John Goodman. First
Las
of all,
Vegas.
there's
Wait,
Roseanne.
He's not in the last Vegas.
No, he's not.
No, in the Flintstones sequel.
Oh,
the Vegas
okay.
one.
But
I don't know if he is.
He's not. He's
He
not
is
in that one. That was all like B class.
Something like that.
Oh, I thought you were
There's
gonna say like B.
I'm
a
pretty
B
sure-
movie. So I was like,
I'm
Jerry
pretty sure
Seinfeld
there's
was
a-
not in that film.
I'm pretty sure there's a Baldwin in it, like Stephen Baldwin's in that
Which
movie.
one? They're all discounted.
I wanna say
except for Alec.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
think you're
Stephen
saying except
Baldwin.
for Billy.
Billy's the only top-notch one of the Baldwins.
Baldwin's.
What the fuck were we even talking about?
He was talking about killing the boss
yeah.
and his.
And then
lighting
we-
him up.
Okay. Shit. Well, I don't remember. Oh, well, Steve, we know Tom Cruise is in Charlie's film. Do you have a actor?
Steve's like,
Well, and
yes.
and Tim Curry apparently.
Yeah.
Do we have an actor in your film that I would be shocked to know that they are in it?
As a matter of fact, there is
Okay, let's hear it, Steve. I want to know.
Liam Neeson.
Holy shit. Charlie's ears are bleeding from me blowing out the mic from saying that. Who is Liam Neeson playing?
Liam Neeson plays a man who escaped from prison.
A fawn?
Your
by any
planet's
chance?
about to be taken.
No. He's basically
I get a man. I'm a man with certain special skills.
I'm whispering to the whole planet on a phone.
No, he's a robber. He's basically a traveling robber. And
I mean, I hope that robbers don't just stay stagnant.
yeah, no, but that becomes relevant here in a minute. They're all camping out and they have no food.
Fucking
and they're camping out. They're getting ready for something. They have no food. And the guy who was in charge of all the robbers, Liam Neeson was not the head robber, but he was part of the group. And the head robber is like, the head robber is like, hey, God, fucking
Roommate Kevin was distracting us. Continue.
He's like, hey, we need some food. Doesn't one of your wives live around here? And they're like, wait, one of your wives? He's like, he's got 8 wives. And he's like, yeah, none of them know about each other. He's like, I'm just on the road all the time, so they just think that like I'm working.
BEA. Beautiful. Okay, so is he the only one that you want to divulge?
He's the only one that's worth, like, the only actor of any note.
Okay. Well, Charlie, so is this how Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise in this movie?
I wouldn't.
He's asking how many couches he jumps on.
Yes. Thank you.
Not
Steve.
many. But hey, Tim Curry did win, like, out of
Best
fantasy
actor?
movie. No, on a certain list, he won like best bad guy or whatever out of sci-fi or fantasy movies. I can't remember like the category exactly or something like that. He is probably the best part of the movie, and the makeup is definitely of that time, but it is very cool. As far as Tom Cruise is concerned, that was just a point I wanted to bring up. It depends.
So Tim Curry in this movie, he plays like a Ganon character.
Kind of. He's not the devil. That's who I thought he was going to be when I first saw the picture of him.
He's not?
No, not like the devil as far as, modern Western religion or anything. He's just like king of the demon goblins and stuff like that.
So he's David Bowie.
Yeah, but not nearly as sexual.
Not nearly as
Literally.
asexual.
No, I think he's omnisexual. Any direction, any way.
No matter what.
Yes. So, as far as how Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise,
Yes.
he's not really hamming it up in this. He's pretty young in this movie.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I know Tom Cruise is a great actor, I think.
yes.
But he has
Oh, yeah.
a very certain...
No, it is not like him in like Mission Impossible or something where
Okay.
you can tell like,
How about-
that's
wait,
Tom
hold on,
Cruise.
hold
How about Night and Day?
There's not a there's not a shot of him running at full speed.
No.
Oh,
Well, hold on. There are shots
Another
of him running.
shot.
Yes,
Hold on. There are
yes.
shots of him running, but not Tom Cruise running, where he's like,
Where he's just-
like,
Yeah.
like his neck is like.
You know
Wow.
what's funny without my
Wow.
dad knowing about that as like a meme? He was like, you know what? Whenever Tom Cruise runs in a movie, he's like that man has good form. And I was like, the fact that you're just like bringing that up out of nowhere is just
Well,
ridiculous.
that's how much of a thing it is. Like he even
Yeah.
asks, it's like, no, well, not Tom Cruise running. You know?
well, that was that. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the show Alias, but Alias was Sydney Bristow. Jennifer Garner. It was kind of like that. Every single episode, there was a shot of her running down a hallway. For the longest time, I would watch that show with my dad, and whenever that shot came, we'd be like, "Oh, hey, nope, running down the hallway." Like,
Take a drink.
yeah, pretty much. It's like, there we go.
You as a 14-year-old.
Yeah. But
This Mountain Dew's got me fucked up.
so I'm gonna be.
Wait,
up
did you
for
pick the
hours.
Mountain Dew from the bottom shelf? Yeah. Oh god.
No, that was when Vault was around, so I was real fucked up. So how Tim Curry is Tim Curry then? I guess that's a better question.
I'd say he's pretty Tim Curry.
Yeah, he's like
It definitely reminds me of like
Pretty much-
it and stuff.
Yeah,
And
he's
but
very
he has-
like-
they almost give him the same
Being
eyes,
Tim
too.
Curry takes up most of his days.
Yeah.
so if you would rate him from Nigel Thornberry to It, you would rate him more of an It.
Jesus. Yes. I would say like right below it, probably. I mean, his character definitely was the coolest, and I really did enjoy the makeup for him.
Yeah. This is. Man, this is a good This is a good matchup. I'm glad that we have movies.
Thank
that
you
are
once
so-
again, Kyle. Is it serious?
Yeah.
Not his real last name, which I'm not going to divulge out of respect for the man.
It's like last name withheld. Because both of them just sound so crazy, and they sound so. I want to hear last some last thoughts. Final thoughts is that what we typically say. Final thoughts. Steve, I don't really have any more questions about the films or what's going on. So is there anything that you want to tell me, Steve, that you make? I mean, you've got pages and pages of notes.
I mean, that's pretty standard. Charlie, you go first. I'm gonna have to find because this movie, one of the best part about it is that like in the beginning, the dialogue is solid. So I gotta like find some of these quotes.
Okay.
Charlie, you do some final thoughts while
I'll just
sift
list a
through
few
this.
things. So remember, light is the darkness's enemy, or that's what
yeah.
he's vulnerable to.
It makes sense.
So there is a scene when Tom Cruise is fighting him with the sword, and he's like shooting his magic powers and stuff. You see a series of midgets setting up some shields and stuff.
Oh shit!
to try and
little people, little people, series of little people.
Okay. Reflecting light like 2 miles from the top of a mountain down deep into the darkest dungeon, but it's like they show a sequence of them putting up the final shield.
Please don't tell me they're carrying this shield out and they're like ding ding ding
No.
ding ding.
No, they're just singing. No, no, they put the shield up and the light ding ding. Oh, fuck. But they show that it's not instant as it would be. They show it as they're fighting.
Because fuck you, light does not travel.
Technically, it is not instantly.
Light
it's
does
just
not-
super,
yeah.
super fast.
Light does not travel at the speed of light.
Yes. Granted, they do. It's like 20 shields, so it takes a while.
Okay.
I was thinking, man, can I get a Brooke Shields joke in here real quick? But I couldn't.
You tried your
Don't
best.
know
You've
how.
said shields a lot. I could
Yes.
tell you were trying to set up for something.
Only at the very end, I was thinking like Susan in the City or whatever that fucking show was.
Susan in the City?
Yeah, that was
I've
the
never
show she led.
Okay, well, good job, Brooke Shields. I've never heard of that shit.
There's one
Isn't
of the
she married to Ryan Reynolds?
Brooke Shields?
Hell
no, it's
no.
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
Brooke Shields is like could be Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds'
yeah,
mother.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah.
That doesn't stop people in
Yeah, I
Hollywood
mean, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
for a while, no longer.
Okay,
R.I.P.
Brooke Shields. Sorry,
So they're
sorry,
like
Miss Shields.
they're nasty goblins, and they do the whole rhyming thing, but gross rhymes with like dead bodies and blood and all that crap. And then there's the good goblins, and one of the good
Sounds
goblins,
racist to me.
one of the good goblins shoots an arrow and just pegs one of the goblins in the head, and you see the arrow go. Pfft. And it's one of those things where he's talking to the darkness, and he turns around as he's talking and starts walking, kind of not directly toward camera, but a little bit off as he's continuing his speech, and then and he's still talking. He's like,
so it's like in the Walking Dead comics when Abraham
Yes.
died.
I'd say
level.
it's pretty
Yes.
similar to that. Not nearly as important, but
Yeah, but that.
Spoiler alert,
I
people.
mean, for a comic that came out
Yeah, that's like 4 years ago now.
and more than
and even
that.
if you're watching the show, it still might not even be a spoiler.
Well, I think Abraham might be dead in the show.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
know.
I'm not going to claim, but
knows?
also still spoilers.
In the comics, he died because and that was pretty shocking. He was just
out
it
of
was
nowhere.
like at the beginning
it
of an
was
issue.
truly lay random.
It was at the beginning of an issue, and he was just walking,
Yeah.
talking to somebody, and he was just like, "Yeah," and then and he had an arrow through his head. And
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
Oh,
okay.
they use slowed down and reversed whale calls as the sounds that the unicorns make when they're running around.
Slowed down and reversed.
Yeah, which
That-
doesn't really change
that's-
them that much
I was
because
gonna-
it's a
don't
whale
know.
voice like whoa.
That sounds like a
Okay.
lot like nightmare fuel, though.
It's pretty mystical when it happens.
Charlie's been having some pretty insane dreams since. All right,
And they're whales, so they're definitely wet dreams.
So it's a place of comfort and warmth.
So Charlie, is that all you got?
Well, here, let Steve do some stuff. Let me think if I can think of anything
Yeah, go
else.
for it, Steve. You've been looking through your binder.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
That is Rolodex.
well, that's him flipping pages so quick.
so when they get
Put
attacked,
together Rolodex and notes.
yeah,
He had to go to a garage sale to find one.
I use a fresh one every time I make notes again. I'm running out of garage sales and money.
and Rolodex.
Yeah, there's only 5 left in the country.
I think I'm committing more time to the show than you guys are.
I'm committed to my entire shtick. But when he meets the robbers, the bandit, I guess the bandit lord, tries to rob them, and he's like, I'm like, who are you? He's like, I'm the king. They're like, yeah, you're not the king. And he's like, here, I'll let you. Some kids like, I'll go with you to like stop the invaders. You know, I don't have any sons, because he basically tries to convince them to help them out. And he's like, you know, if you come with me, you'll make the world a better place for your sons, because otherwise they'll be enslaved. And the guy gets all upset. And the youngest one, who's with the bandit's like, I'll go with you. I don't have any sons, but I still don't want the world to be enslaved. So the king,
selfish.
so the king like pulls out the keys to the manacles, and the bandit king is like, wait, only the king and the lord marshal have those keys. And he's like, well, I'm not the lord marshal. Like, nah. You know, like, got him. And the bandit's like, all right, well then we'll go with you. And he goes to unlock his chains, and he's like, nope. He's like, these just stay where they belong. You can take them off once we're done, or I die in them.
Okay.
So, and then at the very end of the
then
movie,
he gets Blades of Chaos.
yeah, at the very end of the movie, the king unlocks the chains, and he's like, here you go, take the key. And the guy grabs it and starts unlocking his chains. He's like, but you know, the only people that have this key are the king and the Lord Marshal. And he's like, I know. And he's like, oh, I just got promoted to Lord Marshal.
I thought you were going to say it, and then he pulled out of his ass the keys. No. I know. And then you just kind of look.
What? Okay.
That would have been cool, too, because then you probably could have seen his bush.
I mean, it was.
Then you would have won hands down.
But when Liam Neeson is with his wife that brings them food, she
shows her bush.
No, a girl comes with her that she's been taking care of.
Here's your food, and
just a quick little.
She's like, she's pretty, isn't she? He's like, you know, I only have eyes for you, baby. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, I'm nothing if not faithful.
I was gonna say, she goes, she's pretty, and he goes, yeah, but she's got a bush.
No. Also, in this movie, there are Cyclops.
Shit, dude! How did they get the property from Marvel?
Nope. Oh. But there is a Cyclops, and they talk about him like why do they
real
only
Scott Summers type?
They're like, why does he only have one eye? And he's like, apparently when the Beast first came to the land, they gave this whole race of people went to them to like get power, and they're like, we want to be able to see the future. And the Beast gave them that power after they offered up like one of their eyes, so they went from 2 eyes to single-eyed.
I mean, that's worth it to me.
Yeah, to see the future. but it was like one of those. It was like one of those Twisted Metal wishes, like from the game Twisted Metal.
Oh, I remember all those endings.
Yeah. So like they can see the future, but they can only see their death in the future. So
okay.
all of them, the only thing they know about the future is how they die.
I mean, I guess that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, except that you're left with only one eye. But then again, you know when you die and how you die, so you know.
But they're all super deadly.
Getting there, or,
they're all super deadly. Like the one has a spear, and he just picks folks off. Like if there's a Slayer anywhere near them, he just pegs them right in the chest with his spear. So he's pretty badass.
There's lots of pegging going on in both our movies.
I know it makes it hard to pick which one I want. What do you got? Steve, you got something there? I see you looking through licking your fingers.
When he goes the ancient one, who's the one who wakes up the king after everything happens, after the whole thing happens at his wedding. That after the seer dies, they have to go to the widow of the web to find out where the fortress is. And so he's like, I'll go in there alone. I got to talk to her. We have history. And he goes in. He's like, if 2 of us go in, she's going to kill us both. I need to go in there and talk to her alone. And so he goes in there and talks to her. And you find out that he was basically like married to the widow of the web. And she's like, you're
the old double W.
Yeah.
Double W.
Yeah. And she's like, you'll never forgive me. He's like, for what? And she says, because I killed our son. And he's like, I had a son? Also, why did you kill him? And she was like, I was really mad at you, but you weren't here. So I had to take my rage out on something. And so she killed her child. And I was like, wow, this chick has got ice water in her veins.
Everybody has, different memes, I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Different memes?
Yeah. I wish they'd all have only good ones, but...
Man, Charlie, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I got a nice little bit I found on IMDb. So here we go.
Oh yeah. If you
This
got
is a
trivia, I
testament-
think this is the time to say some trivia.
Well,
so-
some of them I think I'll wait till afterwards, but
Okay.
this one,
Say for you, Steve, if
this
you
one
have
is a
some trivia.
testament to how small Tom Cruise is.
I mean, at the time as an actor, he wasn't as well renowned.
Just wait. At one point, Ridley Scott considered Mickey Rooney
Wait.
to play one of the major characters, but he did not look small enough next to Tom Cruise.
Hold on, back the fuck up. Ridley Scott
Directed
directed
this
this
movie,
film.
yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
But Mickey,
What else?
he
What else do
wanted
you have? What else do you have?
Do
Mickey,
you-
Mickey Rooney. Yeah, Mickey Rooney.
to play one of the or not the elves, one of the
did-
like the good goblins, but
But he didn't look small enough.
enough next to Tom Cruise.
I think that's a great link.
So is
A
Tom
great,
Cruise.
a great link to the past.
Oh,
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, they're good
It all comes back full circle, baby.
Yeah, I'll save some of the other ones. But
Steve is just sitting there texting people on his phone. I guess he does. We don't.
You told me to look up trivia. You told me specifically to look up trivia.
I mean, there's
I didn't-
dude, there's pages full for this movie.
I don't know who-
I just picked out a couple of them.
Steve, I don't know who Trivia is, but she sounds hideous. I didn't tell you to look her up, so I don't know what that's about.
All of these trivia things are paragraph. I'm not reading any of these.
One, I guess I could say another one. The filming was delayed for a while because the entire set burned to the ground.
Holy fuck. Okay, that's interesting. Man, Ridley Scott. Who directed your movie, Steve?
Ridley Scott.
No,
They were both scot-free
shit,
joints.
who's the Scott that killed himself recently? Ridley's brother.
Adam?
Mine was. Jeez.
That would be real sad.
Mine was directed by Peter Yates.
Peter Yates. I actually know that name. Give me some.
Let me.
That's the Yates sounds familiar.
That's Kevin Gates' brother, right?
Well, no, Ridley Scott had a brother who was
Yeah.
a producer.
Yeah,
and
he
I
just
can't-
died recently.
like probably 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
ago.
Yeah, 'cause
he
they
directed.
gave him
He
a-
directed some big. Well,
No, I know Peter Yates. Peter Yates is that's not a no-name director. I just can't think of what else he directed.
he directed Bullet. That
Yes. Okay.
yeah, the what is it? Steve McQueen.
That bicycle movie.
Yeah. No, dude, that's Premium Rush.
Oh, yeah.
Suspect.
Okay. What is he known for? Tell me the known for ones.
I mean the known ones for is Bullet and Krull,
Perfect. Peter Yates. I
and
knew it.
then Breaking Away.
Oh no, yeah, no, seriously. That's actually funny that you made that joke about the bull thing. Breaking Away is a bicycle movie.
All right.
And it's got Kevin Costner in it. It was like Kevin Costner's one of his first films, and that's actually
As a baseball player.
that's actually a brilliant film. Like that is Breaking Away. I think it was nominated.
Wait,
for,
who'd you say was in it?
I think it's Kevin Costner.
Well,
is it not?
I've got well,
Dame
Dennis
Judi
Quaid's
Dench.
in it,
Dennis Quaid. Sorry, I get
June
those.
Squibb.
I get Dennis Quaid and Kevin Costner mixed up a lot.
and Randy Quaid,
Yeah,
Dennis Quaid, and Randy Quaid
Yeah,
mixed up.
Randy Quaid.
Dennis Quaid was amazing in those vacation movies.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid was. I mean, I cannot believe he sacrificed himself at the end of Independence Day. That was.
I could see Dennis Quaid in that role, though, too.
But no, yeah, Breaking Away is actually
I
a
wouldn't want to, though.
brilliant film.
All right.
And if anybody listening or you guys have not checked it out, I would say watch it.
okay.
It's really good. But I guess that's all you guys have. I gotta make a decision here, and and I'm not gonna lie, it's rough because I like. Let me say what I like about
These were better pictures than I
no
was
no they
expected
were,
for both of our movies.
I think that it's. I mean, and they're not too similar. They're not like Medea movies. I'm not like
Yeah, they're not
Moses
identical,
movies.
but they do have like that.
They both
feel.
they're both sci-fi, and they both have intriguing
Mine's more
moments.
fantasy,
like-
I think. Steve's more sci-fi, but they're
Yeah.
both in
I
that
gotcha.
realm.
And Charlie, that's what the devil thing. I want to see Tim Curry playing that devil. Like, I think that sounds awesome. Like, that's
It took 5 hours of makeup. I read.
holy. Wait, that actually sounds like not a lot
I mean,
compared to today. I guess like Mystique
Yeah, I
makeup,
guess.
like you know.
but there's not as much.
think-
There's probably not as much of that like
Most of it's a
silicone
suit.
prosthetics.
Most of it's a suit, I think, too.
Okay,
And then,
okay.
well, everything from, like, here up would be the makeup
Yeah.
artist. I mean,
So
his
it's not
full
like a
his full
Rebecca
body's
Romijn.
done, but
So it's not like Rebecca Romijn Mystique. It's
oh
like
no, I mean,
it's like
he has,
Jennifer
like,
Lawrence.
He has like the
Mystique.
devil legs with like hooves and stuff. So
Yeah.
that all would just be popping on, I would think.
Yeah.
They're tearaways.
I got you.
Basketball players.
At the end of the day, I'm done.
I do have a story about him taking his makeup off that I'll say for afterward.
Okay. I like how that sounds, and I mean Ridley Scott. He's as much as he's had some kind of misses with directing.
You're a huge Exodus Gods and Kings fan.
Exactly. So it's hard to turn away from all that. I mean, jokes aside, Ridley Scott is the guy that. I mean, he directed Blade Runner. He directed Alien.
We're joking. Well, I was about to say we're joking in jest, but
whoa, hold on.
We're just joking.
Wait. I mean, yeah, he is a. I mean, he will go down as a legendary director.
Yeah, like no matter what whatever
legendary
he did.
Director. He directed Legend.
And he loves dairy.
Despite being lactose intolerant.
I mean, yeah, despite
it's worth the
Prometheus
discomfort.
So I'm really and Tom Cruise, a young Tom Cruise, that's obviously
very young.
Yeah, that's intriguing. Like seeing actors before their prime is always intriguing. And then as far as Steve, your movie goes, Krull, like I guess that does it. Like you were saying, Charlie, that's more fantasy.
Mine's kind of like
more fantasy.
Well,
mine's like fantasy world. His more
saying,
science fiction. I think with aliens and stuff.
Mine's actually kind of like
yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Mine's kind of like half and half.
Magical forest.
Well, because you got unicorns, you got like things that turn into.
Literally has unicorns.
You got.
I have some wizards, some seers.
You've got
Cyclops too.
Suits of armor that turn into roaches. You've got a tower that people have to, a fortress that people have to fight up to, like a scene. I mean, they're both very intriguing. I'm not going to lie.
It's understandable to me either way for this one.
Yeah, no, it's, at the end of the day, honestly, I think I will, I want to see both of them because they do both seem like something that I would enjoy legitimately.
Mine's on YouTube, and I'm sure Steve's probably is too.
Mine was Mine was a YouTube video with no changes to it. Like it was the pure. I didn't have to, no one's even bothering checking for this on YouTube.
They didn't even do that shitty thing in the description where they're like, "This is the copyright."
No, they didn't care at all. Like they were just like, "It's Krull," and people were like, "If you want to watch Krull, let's watch Krull."
It's uploaded on Yates' personal YouTube account. Yates 420.
But to be fair, mine doesn't have Tom Cruise, who's probably literally monitoring all visual images of himself at all time.
Or at least he has some staff member that is doing it.
It's a very powerful organization.
The
Black Crusaders.
At the end of the day, I do think I'm gonna have to go with Legend. Just because of the intrigue of seeing Tim Curry and Tom Cruise.
As someone who has seen both of these movies previously,
have?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'd never even heard of either of these movies.
I knew I had literally no chance against Legend.
Really?
Legend is one of the big 80s movies. Like Krull is known, but Legend literally is way beyond.
I'd never even heard of it before.
Yeah. Hey, you guys keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh shit.
No, not shit.
Okay. No, Legend is like one of the really big known quantity 80s movies. Like Krull is there and exists, but Legend has its own kind of mystique about it.
Yeah.
Because Tim Curry alone is just like he's like a driving force in that movie. He
definitely saved the movie.
Yeah.
One of the things that Tyler, can you hear me? So that list I said where he won like best bad guy in a movie, I do remember the category. I just lied and said I didn't know. It was for like fantasy movie flops.
Yeah.
But best most redeeming characters, best parts of it. I believe he won like number one as far as this movie was it, but he was awesome.
Definitely. For me, Liam Neeson, he was there, but he wasn't a bit there were scenes where he was doing things and he
wouldn't have been very popular yet either.
It was one of his first appearances. But you could tell that he was like a little bit above the cheesiness of the other movies, of the other actors.
Yeah. Oh, when the first scene where the unicorns are running, you can see the horn wobbling, like it's just lightly glued onto it. It says like the freaking javelin from Revenge of the Nerds.
I thought you were gonna say the giant dildo on the dildos in Idiocracy.
Yeah, or that, or the giant dildos in Jackass 3D.
Wait, so both of your movies had unicorns?
No, we were talking about the unicorns in his film.
Wait, I thought your movie was the one with the unicorns.
No,
Mine
his
had
had unicorns.
unicorns.
I had fire
Tim
mares.
Curry had to kill the unicorns.
Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, I got that mixed up for a bit.
Sorry to like derail your thing, but like just like as I was saying, going into this, I figured I was going to lose because Legend is just considered a better movie of the two, even though they probably both have similar Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, as different as they sounded, they both do sound similar.
Definitely.
If that makes sense.
I just couldn't believe I read that Mickey Rooney thing when I was looking it up.
Yeah,
like,
no, that is-
somebody's messing with me.
That is way too like specific.
Oh.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so those horns, they said that those were so heavy originally that they had to fix them to like a back brace that went along his spine, but they eventually modified them enough and just made them out of carbon fiber so that way he could just use spirit gum to hold them on his head. But it took an hour of almost having his head completely submerged in water to get them off, like for the spirit gum to dissolve. So imagine at the end of each day, you have to go and sit in a bathtub and just, only have like your mouth sticking out of the water.
And
he got so frustrated one day, he was like, fuck this, and ripped them off his head, and it said it ripped off flesh on both sides of his head.
Holy
crap.
I know. When I read that, it's like, oh, damn. And that's why they said Ridley Scott gave him like a week off. And if Ridley Scott, who's apparently, real dickhead director, he's supposed
Is
to be...
he?
Yes, he's supposed to be like an asshole to his actors. Well, very tough. And very hard.
Like
on them. It's
demanding
again,
of,
do it
yeah.
again, do it again, do it again.
Very.
So for him to give him a week off, he must have seen skin ripping off the sides of his head.
Like Kubrick. Yeah, there we go. That's the director that I was.
I mean,
thinking of.
Kubrick's just insane.
Oh, fuck, you're right. I'm thinking of Kubrick. No,
and,
Ridley Scott might be a super nice dude. I take that back.
Kubrick
you're right.
is just,
Okay.
That's dickhead.
not that good. I said it. That's right. I'm not a Kubrick fan. But so you're talking similar Rotten Tomatoes. Let's go to Legend here right now.
Oh, wait. I do have one more thing.
Go for it.
Sorry.
No, good.
So this movie was 98 minutes, right? And I loved this bit of trivia.
Oh, have we done final real thoughts yet?
Oh yeah, no. Let's do real thoughts. Then.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott admits that comments made by some pot-smoking attendees at a screening got the director second-guessing himself and influenced him to cut the film from 150 minutes to 98.
Shit. What the fuck did he cut out?
I know. Like, almost a whole fucking hour.
Oh my god.
That's holy crap.
And, my bad. And from some pot smokers, too, that were like, man, this movie's pretty dope, but you could really cut out all these side stories.
Yeah, like this entire person.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's
An
a
hour.
story. That is a story.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
And it really didn't seem like it, though. I mean, I guess he did a good job.
Okay, yeah, let's hear your final thoughts. Like, what did you think about the movie Chuck? Like, what is...
It was fine. I think that fantasy style isn't necessarily my go-to. What I read originally is what Ridley Scott wanted to do was almost make it like close to an R rating and make it a lot more brutal. And that fantasy where it's not everything like fairies and stuff.
I think it's Legend. Did you still have that scene where like the girl is being watched by like the trolls or something, and they're talking about what they would do to her? Where they're like, I think it's Legend where they're like, I want to split her skull open and like
the main
spread
lady.
her, yeah,
I
and
think
like
so.
spread her brains
You
on
would think
toast
I'd remember. I just
like
freaking watched
jam.
it today. Maybe.
Where they're like
if it has
being,
that goblin with the cage head or something
think
like
so,
that,
yeah.
then yeah, probably.
I mean,
and
it
there's
could have been one of the many scenes that
one
was
of the
cut.
scenes at the end.
No, because I saw this like the scene that I'm referring to. I saw when it was like played on like
Oh,
KPLR.
Okay.
One of the scenes, to give an example of how they toned it down once they started filming it, because they didn't want to release something that dark, is towards the end, Tom Cruise is climbing up a mountain, and it's originally a mountain of dead bodies. But then
Holy
they change it
shit.
into just a normal mountain, but just via some visual effects. But they said that in certain parts you can see like heads and stuff still.
So
that
it was
they
filmed
missed.
as...
Yeah.
Wow.
And way darker and stuff, which not everything needs to be dark, but I think it would have been a little bit more interesting that way and not as kid friendly necessarily. But Tim Curry is the best part of the movie by far. He was awesome in it. So I would say If you're a big fan of him, it's worth watching, especially since it's free on YouTube.
You actually enjoyed it
to
to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. I wouldn't say I'm like, I
Legend
really liked Legend. No, but it
Ridley
wasn't
Scott's
as bad
finest
as I
moment.
thought.
I mean,
there were parts like this is fucking dumb, but
Yeah. Especially
more Tim Curry. That's what I would
unicorn
like.
stuff.
More Tim Krull or
Okay, Steve, real thoughts? Let's hear them.
honestly, my movie wasn't too terrible for the first hour. The second hour got real bad.
And then the third hour was unbearable.
No, the first hour it was kind of normal, but like after the seer dies and then they have to go to another seer, like that's when it starts getting. And then the ancient one,
And they
talks,
show a picture of a map with an airplane and red track line.
which they almost could have done for the fire mare section. But no, he talks to that lady, the widow of the web, and like the stuff she says makes zero sense. and then like they do the fire mare thing and they just like go to the fortress and you're like and like that's part where I just kind of started checking out. Like it got real slow, real boring, real confusing.
They should have listened to some pot smokers then, just cut the hour out.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like but like when they start fighting, it just got boring and just kind of bland. The intro was fine. The end was okay. But overall, it was just kind of a generic movie. Also, I don't know why it was called Krull. Like, I don't know a single
Really?
I'm assuming that...
you didn't win, but I guess you're lucky that I didn't ask that question.
Yeah. Because like, the way the movie...
Shit, I kind of wish I would have asked it just to hear like what bullshit answer you would have come up with.
Well, basically what I think might be the thing is that the movie starts off with like a voiceover of this guy saying like there's a prophecy.
The Krull.
Where like two people come together to rule the world and then their son will rule the universe. But I'm assuming that the king and the queen will eventually have a child named Krull who will conquer the universe. But like because the opening thing, they're like, the queen will have a son that will conquer the universe, and I was like, oh, so this is going to be about Krull, the conqueror of the universe. And then it just proceeds to be the king and the king going back to get the queen, and I was like, who's Krull? Like, I don't understand anything about what's happening.
I remember reading that said too that there
might be
a lot of actions. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there might be a sequel called Krull the Conqueror that probably had. I should check this out.
I'm on the computer right here.
Okay, yeah, check to see if Krull the Conqueror is like a sequel.
The Conqueror.
The Warrior King. Here, hold on, I'm gonna do this Krull series. Let's see if there's a
because
an HBO docudrama.
About the film series. It doesn't seem it's a cult film. So I guess this one's the Scientology one.
And our podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say. And we will never have any.
Oh, you got a little red dot on your head.
We will never have any advertisements. We will never. I don't see any.
Hollywood.
No, like I truly don't understand. Like I don't know where Krull came from. Like I just zero. There's zero.
That's exactly how they wanted you to feel.
I mean, there's Krull the Warrior King, Krull the Eternal, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Somehow that came
failure
up.
to launch.
For some reason that came up. All right, well, I guess those are the real thoughts. I will go into some ratings here. Since we've been talking about Krull, that is at a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 4.5 average rating. Out of 18 reviews, 6 have been fresh, 12 have been rotten.
I'm dumb. Krull the Conqueror is an entirely separate movie.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Kevin Sorbo.
There you go.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go. So it's a better film.
I
By default.
which makes me like even more confused about how that movie got the name Krull.
I'm gonna read you guys 2 separate reviews. One is a rotten review. One is a positive review.
And we have to guess which one's which.
No, it's just both are. One has 3
From the
words.
same user.
One has 3 words. One has 1 word. The rotten review is 1 word. Dreadful. But then the positive review, the fresh review,
Completely terrible.
This is dreadful.
No, it is dark and creepy.
I would not call it. Well, no, the alien, like the Slayers, when they die, were creepy, and so was the Changeling that took over the Seer. When it died, it was terrifying.
Well, the roach thing sounds kind of.
Oh no, it's
weird
pretty creepy because it was like sped up animation style.
Oh, yeah.
And as they like dug into the ground and like shrieked.
I've got another positive, a real treat for fans of the quest genre. For someone, Steve, who plays D&D pretty frequently, would you agree? Like, is that I don't know if that would be.
I mean,
that's a quest kind of thing. Like,
it would have been okay, but like I said, the Seer dying and them just having to find Seer replacement, like it was just kind of like, oh, we just didn't know what to do, so we just did it again.
Yeah.
The problem was
For fans of grinding.
Yeah. And the problem was that it was one right after. It was like, okay, we got to find the Seer to find the thing. Like, we can't do it here. We have to go to the Emerald thing. Oh, he's dead. We have to find a Seer to find the place.
And they stop in every single hallway they find to check for loot.
Yeah, they open up every drawer looking for potions.
Oh my god, that'd be so terrible.
empty.
Or it's like BioShock. Oh, there's a can on the ground. There was an assault rifle and 900 bullets.
I'll read this last negative review for Krull, and it is I don't remember this last part you mentioned in it, but I think the first section you will relate to. The review goes as such, pretty dumb, although the glass spider is cool. ...
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
I remember that. Do you remember
that was at the Widow of the Web. She was protected by a
gotcha.
spider. It was really good animation. It was. Because it was like one of those stop animation,
like
it was like a stop animation
Argonauts,
style.
Jason and the
yeah,
Argonauts
yeah, yeah.
style. That's pretty cool.
And
I like
I
that
prefer
style.
Jason and the Astronaut.
It did look pretty good.
Astronaut Argonauts.
But like I tried to stay away from talking about that part too much because of how nonsense it was. Because like the Widow of the Web, like she's like, okay, it's going to be like the fortress is going to be in the Iron Desert for all of tomorrow. So in order to escape, I'm going to need to give you the sand from an hourglass. That's my life force, so the spider won't attack you. But as soon as the sand runs out, you'll die too. And he's like climbing and just like dropping sand like, dude, hold on to that shit. You're going to die. Like just like cup that up, man. And then he goes out and he's like, it's going to be in the Iron Desert. And then just drops the sand and dies. It's like, dude, you could have had at least an evening.
Well, going on to the legend Rotten Tomatoes, I'm always pleasantly surprised when the movies that we do are actually on Rotten Tomatoes and have some reviews. It's always like, thank God.
Especially the old ones
We
before
can-
it was like people just kind of went to
Yeah,
Rotten
it's like,
Tomatoes to do it.
It's like, oh, thank God we can keep this little bit going. Legend, which
Rotten review. This was not I Am Legend. I was misled.
which I'm gonna have to show. I'm not gonna be able to put it all the way around for Steve here, but Charlie, this poster of Tom Cruise. Look at this.
Yeah, he's so young.
Well, it doesn't even look young. It looks fake. Like,
Yeah,
that
I mean
looks
that's
like
heavily airbrushed.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if we can we.
I mean
can
that
we
is
pull this all
exactly
the way
what Tim
around
Curry looks like in the movie. The
Steve
makeup
to
is
see-
dope.
To see Tom Cruise in this.
It's hard to see because half of it is the play trailer.
Well, look at the poster down here on the.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
And the
Yeah.
trailer, I believe, is like a 45-second trailer.
It's he looks like not only like a baby, but yeah, it looks weird. Anyway, it is at a 48%, so a little bit higher than Krull.
What was Krull at?
Krull was 33. And this has a average rating of 5.1 out of 10. Out of 23 reviews, there are 11 fresh and 12 rotten. So the same amount of rotten reviews, but there are 5 more fresh reviews. And one rotten review is going to be by someone who says, dark and often scary 80s fantasy has not aged well.
Yeah, well,
So
fuck them.
I mean, but I mean, this was kind of like the effects and stuff in both of our movies, like, they're pretty solid for the times.
Yeah, everything. The only thing that didn't look that great was the little Navi ripoff. Well, no, I guess reverse
pre-
side flying around looked kind of crappy, but everything other than that looked fine.
These two rotten reviews, I'll read these two rotten reviews and then I'll go into some positive ones. I like these. One is just Ridley's misstep. So I guess she hasn't seen Prometheus. And
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of hard to consider something like so early in someone's career a misstep.
yeah,
Like,
and especially since it's so different. I mean, that early on, when was Blade Runner? Blade Runner was in the 80s.
I don't know.
Oh, that's true. It's
So, but I mean,
I want to say Blade Runner was like 85 or 86.
but at the time, I don't think Blade Runner was what it is now.
yeah, people didn't.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, this dude made Blade Runner and this. Like, they're both pretty different and they're pretty innovative for their time. Equally acclaimed and highly sought after and
making
remembered.
sequel to both of them coming
exactly. With but
Legend 2055.
this other one, which is this is very interesting. I don't
Tom
know.
Cruise looks younger in the new one.
I don't know how often you guys read Rotten Tomato
Literally never.
quotes. Well, they're never in quotations, but this one is. This little blurb is in a quotation, which is glorious visuals, shame about the script. I want to know who they're quoting.
So Tim Curry's
No, that's not a quote.
glorious visuals.
That's not a quote. They're saying that ironically.
So would that mean that has a great
Yeah, great
script?
Yeah, great script, terrible
Shame
effects.
about it. Yeah. Shame about the visuals.
This is a positive one. We got Ridley Scott's exclusive 2 DVD re-edit of Legend. No pun intended is fantastic. I don't understand where the pun is. But moving on.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got Legend as a gothic fairy tale brought to life.
I got the
Pun?
theatrical ending on mine.
Oh, you got theatrical. Yeah. Okay. Perhaps ahead of its time, certainly too ambitious for its budget and era.
I don't think so. Or not for its budget.
Legend is nevertheless a fascinating film.
I know it lost like $10 million.
Really?
I think it cost it said like 25 and it made like 15, I think.
Okay, and I'll do one more fresh one here. A remarkable and bleak fantasy thriller for folks that like their fantasy based on thick characterization and less humongous battles.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't that much fighting in it.
It was like a character piece.
Well, it's more
real characters.
There are like chase scenes and hunt scenes.
Yeah.
But there was a battle at the end, more of a fight scene amongst a few.
But there was a lot of him being like, I'm not going to fight 1,000 demons at once sort of
Yeah.
situations.
Well, those are the Rotten Tomato scores. I feel like I ask this every other week when we do a full episode. Is there anything else we do in this
I don't think so.
this podcast?
Yeah, I think we just call out. I mean,
Is there anything you guys want to
Shout
add?
out.
Well, is there anything you guys want to add about your movies that have not been mentioned? That any stupid trivia, any stupid moments, any
just
you
mine.
know-
Mine was okay. It dragged. Like, it just was too long for its own good.
I got something.
Yeah,
So
let's
remember
hear it,
they set up that mirror system to get the light down into the
right.
tunnel.
How could I forget?
So the last good
So, like in The Mummy.
the last good goblin was supposed to be the final one to flip up the one.
But wait,
top
hold
of
on,
the
hold
mountain.
on. Like The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise, coming out next year.
Exactly.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
shit.
Tom Cruise is in the new Mummy.
That
in
will
the
determine
Mummy
whether
remake?
or not they do the Universal Monster universe.
My God.
Wait, no. Is Tom Cruise in the remake of The Mummy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But it's like
It's a remake of
it's
the
more the
traditional
universe,
Mummy.
more like Brett. Wait, shit. What was that guy's name? Not I was gonna say Boris
Brendan-
Karloff, right?
Yeah.
He was Mummy. Yeah. So more not like Brendan Fraser the
Fraser.
Mummy, but like Mummy original.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And Dad,
okay.
like Charlie's doing.
Hey, anyway, they have this plan set up, and all these good goblins are setting up their shields, and they're like, "Hey, go!" Blah blah blah, telling each other to signal it while Tom Cruise is distracting darkness. And the Tinkerbell Navi character flies up to the top, and she's like, "Why haven't you set up your shield?" And that goblin is just asleep. He was waiting, and he's asleep. So it's a moment of tension when she's like, "You gotta wake up." It's like, "Huh? Oh, what? What happened?" And blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you're the most important part of it. Well, how could you not stay awake for like 10 minutes? You just, oh, okay. They lift it
Hey,
up.
dude, you don't know what it's like having like 3 goblin kids and having to
Yeah, I guess.
He
stay
has
to-
goblin diabetes, and he's so tired all of the time. He doesn't. His blood sugar was low. He didn't get his insulin shot earlier that day.
You don't know the goblin struggle.
I guess that's
So,
true. I'm so human privileged.
Exactly. Check your human privilege. Other than that,
But that to me, it's like they didn't have bad guys come up like fight him, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta beat them first."
Yeah,
fight."
he's
he's just like, "Oh yeah."
let me
that's
just give a nice little stretch.
right." Or prop the fucking shield up beforehand and just let it be there.
Yeah.
Wait, did he not have to physically hold it?
I mean, there was rocks and shit. Like he could have just,
At least had it like in the general direction.
or sleep and let it prop up against your body.
Yeah, if you wanted to, I see what you're saying, Chuck. If you wanted to sleep that badly, you would figure out a way to make it so that shield was
Yeah.
up and you could just
Check out.
zonk.
He could even just sit with it like up against his back and lean up against something.
Other than that, Legend. Oh no!
Well,
Go
the
for it,
Tinkerbell
Chuck.
Navi trying to wake him up is intercut with Tom Cruise like sword fighting darkness. So that's real intense seeing that, and then her just like wake the fuck up.
How did like the fight scenes with Tim Curry in that giant, like those giant horns work? Was he like using those to his advantage?
Well,
in the
it was
fight?
it was well, it was
No.
just a musical like guitar riff off, and they were trying to the best song
in the world.
Yeah, the
Dude,
greatest song.
there's so
ever.
many things that have ripped off from this movie. Then
So that would make still the second one.
I was actually surprised at his mobility.
Okay.
Well, what? No,
I'm not. I'm
yeah,
just-
we got that. We got Zelda. We got what else?
Those
was
were the
there?
two that we mentioned.
No, there was something else too. I'll think of it.
Oh, you said Hook.
Yeah.
Hook.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Why did I
Yeah,
break apart my own argument?
Yeah, because Legend was way before the story of Peter Pan.
Well, the Tinkerbell, that style though, where she blows up to like a big person that looks almost identical to Julia
I've
Roberts.
never read the original Peter Pan.
But I'm saying in the
No,
look
no,
though,
like
where
the-
it's
the
like
film-
she's
the
full
filming
for a while,
action.
and then she also
the
goes small.
the style of her looking almost identical to Julia Roberts was totally.
Yeah, they
No, but
they
the
cloned
animation style for like when she's flying around and stuff, it really is.
and,
gotcha, I
and they
gotcha. I was just
cloned
making
Julia
Julia
Roberts from this woman.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh wow.
Wow, they did a damn bang up better job.
A bang up better job.
Yeah.
If that's all you got. We got Legend won. Krull didn't win, but
What do those words mean?
Yeah.
Could someone please tell me what Krull is? Like where they got the name Krull?
I still kind of want to see both of them. We're coming up in a better schedule soon here for all of us, and we will do a Meet the Blacks commentary.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck.
We have to.
Yeah.
The official
whatever.
first winner gets the.
I think that'll do it. And then if My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 is available on streaming,
Nobody had to watch that though, right?
exactly.
No one got to watch
it-
that.
Yeah, that's right. It
It
got
dodged
yeah.
like 5 times.
And I like every week I was like, come on.
That shit.
already seen it.
Yeah, this will be an easy week. I just have to take the notes that I took for my personal use and adapt
Spruce them up.
adapt them for the.
Photocopy them because I want to keep my own copies.
No, rewrite.
No, I mean it would be
You have
hard.
to write another copy so that we don't know.
It would be incredibly hard to photocopy them since they had already been scrapbooked.
And so many tear stains on them.
Exactly. If that movie ever gets streamed, because that dodged. I mean, that deserves a watch from us all at the same time. Other than that, we'll get that soon. Like I said, schedules just need to kind of line up better here in the next coming weeks, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
We'll get that worked out, and we'll get that out to you guys. Not sure exactly how we're going to release the commentary yet. We'll do the commentary. I don't know if we'll do it through the podcast or if we'll just do it through SoundCloud or if we'll do something like that. We'll talk about it amongst ourselves.
I think we should discuss it right now.
Yeah, on the that's-
This episode is not long enough.
oh boy, yeah. This is a longer one. But hey, whatever. People love hearing our voices, right? And the other than that,
Someone does.
I mean, we are people, so.
Well, no,
I mean, to be fair, it could just be me downloading the podcast 80 times
hundreds
a day.
of times. Speaking of which, though, I mean, always shout out to the listeners. Thank you for downloading and listening and doing whatever. Like,
Yes.
It's awesome. Getting like post on the Facebook, tweet at us if you want us. I mean, just like today, we've done it before with fan recommended stuff. If you want us to try to defend movies that are similar, like just tell us, do it, or even not even that, just say a movie. And if
We'll find a companion.
yeah, or if multiple people say one movie, I'm sure there's gonna be. So just throw it out there. What movie do you want us to see? What movie do you want to hear one of us try to make sound good? Throw it out there on the Facebook or the Twitter at Movie Versus Podcast. Again, thank you for listening. We've been getting some great responses on just the amount of listeners we've been getting lately. So, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, thanks,
so,
Joe.
yeah, thanks for.
You're ruining what I'm going to be thankful for in a week, Tyler. I'm gonna be
After this week, not thankful for him anymore.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be-
You're not recording, right?
I'm gonna be at Thanksgiving dinner. I'm thankful for my listeners, and my family will be like, "What are you talking about?"
Let me tell you about my podcast. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, no, it's weird, but I mean, especially shout out to the ones like the listeners we get from overseas, which is awesome because we're an American podcast, obviously, so it's always shocking when we get people from not America listening to the podcast.
That is what the rest of the world is.
so
I will say, at least
And they unsubbed.
I will say non-U.S. listeners because
Yeah.
America is a pretty big actual place.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not counting like all of North America, which is Canada, is it not? Like North America,
And-
yeah,
and
then
Mexico.
South America. So,
I'm still just shocked and disappointed. Like Canada's North America, right?
well, you gave a look at me when I said that. You were, some reason, the way you looked at me, I was like, oh shit, did I just sound like an idiot for saying Canada was part of North America?
I thought you clarifying that like Canada part of North America.
Wait, that's East America, dude. No, sorry, West America is like Asia. And
We should stop this now before we're imprisoned somewhere.
Anyway,
Just I'm gonna go on vacation. Get off a plane, sir. You're gonna have to come with us.
like we listen.
You guys listen?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Wait, what's up? We heard your podcast. Really?
Thanks for listening.
Spread the word, please. rate and review us on iTunes. Do spread the word. Tell your friends about the stupid podcast you listen to about some fucking idiots talking about movies.
This episode of Movie Versus is being recorded from a gulag.
Thank you so much to Jeremy Lamb for the theme song. Three Wise Media Network for putting us on. Am I missing something?
You already talked about the Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter. We're on YouTube through Wise Media YouTube channel. I guess that's everything.
Sure.
Yep. Bye.
Movie Versus is a production of 3 Wise Media. For more information, check us out on Facebook.